Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your Shellervik Zinc Plant First Quarter 2008 Financial Result Conference Call, hosted by Sergey Mosev. My name is Marinda, and I'll be the coordinator for today. During the presentation, the lines will remain on listen only. Should you require assistance during the call, please key star then 0 on your telephone keypad. I would like to advise all parties this conference is being recorded, and now it's over to your host, Sergey. Please go ahead.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Sergey Mosev. I'm the chairman of Shell Zinc. With me today is our commercial director, Mr. Berislav Galovic, who will give you zinc and lead market update as well as the review of the company's operational results. Followed by our CFO, Mr. Boris Berman, who will comment on CZP's financials. Earlier today, we have issued a press release detailing the financial results of operation for the first 3 months that ended March 31, 2008. And before we proceed, please note that various remarks we make about the future expectations, plans, and prospects of the company constitute forward-looking statements. I would like to draw your attention to the fact that today's press release and the presentation are based on unaudited financials prepared in accordance with international accounting standards, and forward-looking statements involve known and unknown risks, uncertainties, and other factors that may cause the actual results to differ materially. I would all advise you to look at slide number 2, where the disclaimer is located. And at the end of the presentation, your questions are very much welcome. At this point, I turn the call over to Berislav. Go ahead.
Good day, everybody. Let's start from the slide number 4. Gives the zinc daily price and stock levels at LME. If you look at this chart, we can see, and we should concentrate on the segment starting from December 07 to March 08, and we can see that zinc price stabilized, and during the March we had a peak rise in the price, which was caused by the troubles in China, weather conditions, and which resulted also in a higher activities of different funds. But when this didn't give any deeper pressure on the price, expectation, price started to go down again by the end of the quarter. All overall, during this period, the price was at the average level of 2,400 and plus, which was very good, still very good. Same thing happened with the lead, which reached peak never seen before in September 07. That started going down. Then January, part of February was very stable, went up again because of China, and then repeated the chart of all other non-ferrous metals going down. If you move to slide number 6, you can see actual figures average for the first quarter, which I already mentioned, $2,425, which compared with the 2007 first quarter is $1,000 less, which everybody knows. It was also $200 less than fourth quarter 07. Of course, all these prices and the slide of the prices had a repercussion on our financial results later. To add to this, ruble US dollar also was against us. But we can say that Kazakhstan was just about on the same level as in the fourth quarter of 07. Slide number 8 shows our raw material supply, and in general I can say that was what we expected. What's significant here is to say that we didn't want to repeat the theme of the beginning of the 2007 when we had a lot of imports and a lot of trouble with frozen material, transportation and unloading. That's why the figure here of 32,000 is what we actually expected. And it's lower than the first quarter 2007. But that, as I said, is what we expected, and we are fully covered with the constraints for the whole year, and we will have enough supply to go ahead with the winter production without any disturbance. Winter production 2009. The zinc and byproduct production was on the level that we expected and draw in our budget. It is on the level of 170,000 tons during this year when we talk about the zinc and zinc alloys. As a matter of fact, later on in our conferences, you'll see that we are increasing production. That's welcomed by everybody, but also by the domestic market, which is rising, also supporting. Other production, like indium, cadmium, uric acid, very much depend on the production of zinc, and it's also depending on the content of this kind of element in the that we are buying. It appears that we have some more concentrate with the high indium. That's why we have an increase in production. Slide number 10 shows our zinc sales, which in the first quarter of each year up to now, the time at the zinc plant always had some slackness in activities, because first of all, Russian plants are not working the first 10 days of the January, and then January is a month when everybody is warming up, and everybody has some reserves they get during the last quarter of the previous year, in order not to have a problem when they come back to work. And this is actually what we expected and predicted in our budget for this year, that the second half of the year will be much stronger, especially in the domestic market. If we look at the mining segment, it's actually a production of our Argel mine in Kazakhstan. You can see that they are putting a lot of effort on increasing the production. They're getting more ore, costing as much as they are getting out, and some ore which is lying side. But unfortunately, content of the zinc is not the expected level. That's why production of zinc concentrate and not so much lead concentrate, low expected quantity. But there are assurance that by the end of the year they'll make it up. They'll be on the level which was planned for this year. And that's all about that I was in the studios. Now Mr. Chairman will continue the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Berislav. Hello, everybody. Well, let's move to slide 13. Our revenue in the first quarter of the current year was 2.9 billion rubles at the same production level in terms of zinc as in the previous quarter. The result is based on the decrease of LME zinc price and ruble-dollar rate. Another reason of the lower revenue compared to the previous quarter is and the fact that we didn't sell lead concentrate produced by Nova Zinc, lead cake produced by Chelyabinsk zinc plant, and some other byproducts in the first quarter. So it's temporarily, and generally speaking, all these products are liquid, and in case of lead concentrate, we started its shipping to our customers in June of the current year. The gross profit, EBITDA, and net income are on the levels lower than in the previous quarter, but the EBITDA margin is basically on the same level despite the fact we didn't sell all that concentrate. And it is on the level of 14%. Net income was 109 million rubles and net income margin was 4%. If we go to slide 14, you can see that our revenue structure by products is more or less the same as usually. 87% of our sales is zinc and zinc alloys. 0 of lead concentrate will be amended in the nearest future, and the others are on the level which is lower than the fourth quarter of the previous year, but higher than this quarter. The explanation is more or less the same. For example, lead cake of Chelyabinsk plant is never sold in the first quarter, and it's traditionally sold in the second half of the year. And besides that, we didn't sell indium in the first quarter. If we go to slide 15, the consolidated cost of sales shown here is a bit unusual compared to the previous year. We used to have in 2006 or 2007 75 or 78% in materials and consumables, and only 60% now. The first reason is the fall of zinc price, and now zinc concentrate is a relatively low part of our cost than previous 2 years. The second reason is that we started to treat the stockpiled zinc cake that is free of charge raw material, and we produced more than 2,000 tons of zinc from this zinc cake in the first quarter of 2008. To compare the first quarter of the previous year, it was vice versa. We have thrown or stockpiled more than 2,000 tons of zinc to the cake. So it's part of the reason of decrease of this biggest part of the pie. All the others are more or less on the same level: 10% depreciation, 14% utilities and fuel, 4% repairs and maintenance, 5% staff costs, and 7% related to others. Performance by segment, slide 15. As usual, the biggest EBITDA margin is given by Nova Zinc and the lowest by Brok Metal, but we, as a standalone, performance shows basically nothing because Brok Metal, they don't sell the alloy, they sell our zinc in the form of the alloy, so they increase the total margin of the group. Cost structure by segments on slide 17. If we look at the zinc plant, the structure of the pie is basically the same as of the consolidated pie: 61% materials and consumables, 13% utilities and fuel, 5% depreciation, 4% repair and maintenance, 4% staff costs, 7% general and administrative, and 6% all the others. Nova Zinc: 16% materials, 19% utilities and fuel, 18% depreciation, 9% repair and maintenance, 16% staff, and 4% for the others. This 4 looks a bit odd. It includes 17% of transportation. That means that there is a negative part, huge negative part, more than 20% with minus, which reflects changes in work in progress and cost of finished goods, mainly lead concentrate. The structure of broke metal cost of sales on slide 18 is very straightforward. Almost 90% materials and consumables, just 2 for utilities and fuel, 2 for staff, 2 for all the others, and 5 selling general and administrative. Good thing about broke metal is that their margins are not that dependent on zinc price or aluminium price, and their profitability doesn't go down when the zinc price goes down. Balance sheet highlights on slide 19. Total debt went down according to the schedule for prepaying of our loans. Net debt is 1,084,000,000 rubles, but if we deduct our long-term deposits, which are not recognized by cash, by IFRS, the real number of net debt is 517 million rubles. Cash flow highlights on slide 20. 1,048,000,000 rubles net cash from operating activities. In this 1,350,000,000 net cash from operating activities before changes in working capital and all the other such changes in debtor stock and some others, basically it reflects the decrease of zinc price, and accordingly the working capital requirements are lower than in the periods of higher zinc price. 169 million rubles in our investing activities. Some more details will be given lower. And 195 million of financial activities, basically is repayment of loans. CapEx on slide 21. 89 million rubles for sulfuric unit number 4. Now it's been working for the 3 weeks. We completed its reconstruction according to the schedule. We have also spent 46 million rubles on exploration of Amursky deposit and 17 million rubles in CapEx of the actual mine. Amursky deposit on the slide number 22 is represented by the map you have already seen. We have almost completed all this geological and geophysical exploration. We have signed a contract with SRK from the United Kingdom for world-recognized geog experts. We got confirmation from them that the quality of the data presented to them is absolutely acceptable, and they estimate that geog-compliant resource will be available in 6, maximum 8 weeks from today. That's basically it. Thank you, and your questions, as usual, are very well welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you wish to ask a question, please key *1 on your telephone, record your name and press the hash key. If you change your mind and decide to withdraw your question, simply key *2. All questions will be answered in order received, and you would be advised when to ask your question. All other lines will remain on listen only. Once again, if you wish to ask a question, please key *1, record your name and press the hash key. Okay, we have one question coming from Mr. Surov. Please go ahead.
Hello, I have a question about price dynamic, the price excluding material price. Could you make some guidance for this year and maybe several next year about cost of goods sold excluding zinc concentrate price?
Roughly, cash costs per ton of zinc without concentrate currently are on the level of $800 per ton of zinc sold.
Okay, but well, according to margin level for for how it will be pressured by inflation costs of, for example, labor cost, especially, and for the one side, and for the another side, zinc price that became lower from time to time. Could you to continue positive margin, the margin?
I think yes. First of all, we are increasing production every year, which naturally lowers fixed cost per ton of zinc. Another thing is that instead of stockpiling zinc, as I already said, we increase its processing, which gives also good decrease of total costs, and all the others are not controlled by us, the ruble-dollar rate, but I do believe that we are somewhere near the bottom at the moment. The last week demonstrates that US dollar stopped falling and became its revaluation, and some analysts predict it will keep go up. Anyway, our structure, of course, makes me personally sure that we will stay cash positive in the nearest future, at least cash positive.
Okay, may I have another couple of questions? I want, could you take a guidance for this year about the margin, for example, and also about labor cost?
About what margin?
EBITDA margin. EBITDA margin.
No, we couldn't actually.
You couldn't. Okay, and about labor cost dynamic, because of the last year, the labor cost dynamic was very high if we compare with inflation of labor cost, average inflation of labor cost. Could you to comment labor cost dynamic?
Well, if you compare first quarter of 2008 to the first quarter of the previous year, the growth look very frightening, but you have to consider that first quarter of the previous year was without Brock Metal in consolidation, and then we hired some extra people after the first quarter of 2007 to exploit the health scale number 5. And if you look just the pure wages rise, it will be somewhere an average of 30%, which is more or less in line with the average labor cost in Russia. The official number is 26.7% for 2007.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for your question. There's no further questions at the moment. Just a reminder, if you wish to ask a question, please key *1, record your name and press the hash key. We have one question coming from Miss Lapshina. Please go ahead.
Hello, thank you for your presentation. I would like to ask you several questions. First of all, could you provide us with details on the Amurskoye deposit, maybe capex, cash costs, NPV, or other details?
We couldn't. We will release the JORC results in September, and we'll make an announcement at that point.
September, okay. Then could you answer another question? It is about your premium of domestic selling prices to LME prices. Could you manage to protect this premium this year and going forward?
Berislav, will you? Or would you like me?
First of all, we have to know, and it will be probably seen in our next conference, that we are increased sales on domestic market from what we budgeted. And secondly, I have to confirm that we already our premium for this year and what was it, let's say, in average. But then this, I think this year is going to be LME premium. It was easily proved to our buyers that look at the gold price, the premium has to be, because we had a variation at a high price of the zinc. For some customers, we get a 10, for some small ones, we get 8 in order to attract them. But now when the zinc price is around 2,000 and below, just increased the premium, and we didn't have any problems with it, and I believe that we until the end of the year, and it's going to be above what we expected at the beginning of the year. So it's 15 plus.
15 plus, okay, thanks.
Yes, for a Zamac, for a special alloy, it's even 35 above LME.
25.
35.
35.
35. That's not a huge quantity, of course. The major quantity is for galvanizing.
Okay.
Which is 15 and plus.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your question. There's no further questions at the moment. A reminder, if you wish to ask a question, please key *1, record your name and press the hash key.
Well, since there are no further questions at this time, I can only congratulate the team, Berislav and Boris, on an excellent presentation, and would like to wish everyone a wonderful evening and afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes your conference call. You may now disconnect. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you.
You too.